It's so important to have amazing pictures. It's kind of like a make or break thing for any online store, but especially handmade. Hello, it's Chantel here. Thank you for tuning in. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the little bell so that you're notified when I upload a new video. Today I'm going to be talking about how to sell your own handmade products online. I've had an online shop for about a few years now, selling my own handmade designs. I like to design fashion and clothing and jewelry sometimes. If you've been a follower of mine, you'd know that I've been making my own clothes for the longest time now. These tips really work for anyone who's looking to sell online, but they're specifically catered for someone who likes to sell their own crafts and handmade pieces. And you've got to think about what kind of stitched pieces you're going to make. Are you going to make clothing? Are you going to make little pillows, handbags, anything, and try and put it into a sort of niche market? It's easier to sell to a certain group of people or a niche than to try to cater to everyone. I think that's the biggest mistake, that you try to cater to everyone, when if you try to cater to everyone, there might not be any cohesiveness in your store, which could be a little bit off-putting. If someone buys one thing they like in your store and they go to your store and there's all different things, they might not be interested in buying again. But if they buy something from your store and they see something they like and there's other things that are similar on their store, then your brand will be very relatable to them and they would like to be your customer more often because it will relate to what they love. When you're a handmade store, a craft store, online store, it's really important to have really good brand identity. Now, this is not just true for handmade businesses, it's true for every single business online. Having a brand identity is more than just the logo and a catchy name. You kind of need to really look deeper into it and just tell your story and show the message that you're trying to bring to the world. What problems are you trying to solve and who are you helping? The pricing of work can be a little bit tricky. I can do an entire video about pricing work. I know myself, pricing my work was the scariest thing that I'd ever done, because pricing in work is so difficult. It's hard to really look at the cost of what it takes to make your product and actually price it and how much you can afford or how much you think it's worth. The thing is that when I first started pricing my work, I was really frightened because I thought, I couldn't afford this. How can I, if I wanted to buy this, I wouldn't be able to afford it. But the problem is, with looking at it that way, you can't really compare yourself to the high street. The high street uses a lot of slave labor. They use unethical methods of producing their products. They're usually made in poor conditions, so they can cut prices, and they can order in bulk and order everything in huge bulk, so they get huge discounts. So you can't compare yourself to a high street store. You've really got to factor in all the materials, the time taken, and a little bit of profit. You need to factor in everything: time, materials, packaging, and also whether or not you want to sell wholesale in the future. Do you want to sell your products in stores in the future? Because that will have a huge difference on your pricing. If you want to sell your products wholesale, then your cost price is going to be doubled to make your retail price. When you're selling handmade online, it's very important to choose the right platform. Are you going to choose to sell from your own website? You're going to choose Etsy, is a really popular one. Also Folksy. I've used all different types. I've used Etsy and Folksy, and I've used my own website. At the moment I'm currently using Etsy and my own website. I've experienced really nice growth from the Etsy as well, and a lot of people have. And Folksy is a British version of the Etsy marketplace. British handmade crafts can sell on Folksy, and that's a really nice alternative to Etsy. It's so important to have amazing pictures. It's kind of like a make or break thing for any online store, but especially handmade. I mean, it doesn't matter how great the product is. If the pictures are not good, then it's not going to sell. You don't have to be professional, you just have to have great lighting, some kind of like styling to set your products apart and make it look interesting to people who's looking at your products. And once your shop is up and running on Etsy or Folksy or your own online website, you will need to get the word out about it. So it's really important to use social media. Social media is so great, but just try to focus on a few. Don't try to do a lot really badly. Try to just focus on a couple and do them really well. If your product is visual, like if it's a handmade craft kind of thing, I would really say look into Instagram and Pinterest a lot. Pinterest is really great because it drives a lot of traffic to your website and can potentially drive more sales to your website. I am really loving Pinterest a lot because it has driven so many sales to my online store and it has driven lots of traffic there as well. I can see from my analytics from where all my traffic comes from. A small amount comes from Instagram. I think with Instagram people get to find out about me, but with Pinterest it really drives sales and traffic because you can link, you can pin the actual product to Pinterest so it becomes a rich pin, and when it's a rich pin they can click on it and buy it. Whereas on Instagram it doesn't have the same kind of capabilities. Have an entire video about how to do this with Pinterest, how to get more traffic to your Etsy shop. I'll leave the link to the video somewhere here or in the description. I'll leave all the links down there. So those are all my tips for starting up your own handmade online store. If you want some bonus tips of how to write compelling descriptions to make your products irresistible and show up in search in Google, then I have a free video guide in the description. If you click there, it's a private video just for a few select people, so you won't be able to find it anywhere else. It's just only if you click the link, and that is just my little freebie to you. So I hope you enjoyed these tips. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and I'll make more of these videos helping you to improve your online handmade store, focusing on handmade, Etsy shops, Folksy shops, and maybe even doing it on your own website if you like that as well. And don't forget to get your free guide, and you get the free video training on how you can create amazing descriptions that sell and get found in search. Bye!